Hello to my Geminis. Happy Venus retrograde. Happy Venus retrograde. Let's get into it, Geminis. Venus is retrograde. And how does that affect you? That's a good question. How does it affect you? How does it affect you? We're going to get into it. We're going to get right into it. Venus is, and this is just like an attachment to your previous video, right? So we're in a waxing crescent moon phase. We're in a waxing crescent moon, but we're still in a new moon phase. It's about to cross over into first quarter moon. So I did put some rituals on the, for those of you all who want to know, in the shorts, YouTube shorts, if you want to check it out. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Venus is the goddess of love, pleasure, enjoyment, relationships, cooperation, erotic love, sexual desire, beauty, romance, attraction, love, aesthetics, art, and music. In other words, it's all around us. All around us. Yeah, art and music, the beauty industry, that includes fashion, jewelry, cosmetics. It's also in gardens and the beautiful flowers that we put them in. It signifies the natural world and its fruitful abundance reflected in her allotted color of green, right? Green. But the dark side of Venus, since it's a peacemaker planet, that you could encounter people who are green with envy, vain, vengeful, and green with envy. So let's get into your reading. I've already cleared the space. Let's get into it. I am safe and protected. Talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart, speak it into existence. I am safe and protected. Don't forget to set intentions. And that's one of the rituals that you can do that I've listed on the for waxing crescent moon is setting an intention. But not only set intentions, but be intentional about feeling safe and protected wherever you go. Wherever you go. Not paranoid, but safe and protected. We had a new moon in Pisces. Pisces is the I believe sign, and it rules 12th house. And so you made a lot of sacrifices. Your ancestors made a lot of sacrifices for your psychic gifts to come to the forefront. So, 242, power. You are very capable. Become aware of the power of your thoughts and words. Your angels want you to know that your mental state reflects in every relationship, opportunity, and environment you end up in. Be an impartial observer of all of your thoughts and self-talk today. Your angels are listening. Your angels are listening, right? The angels are listening. 2. So, you and someone are high priestess energies, and you and someone have encountered a dark emperor energy, right? Which helps you to come into your light, and add structure and authority to things. But there is no competition. Right? Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Your only competition is in the mirror, you looking at yourself. So you are safe and protected. You're safe and protected. Let's get into it. I've already prayed over your cards. I already asked for clarity from source and did a return to sender for any dark magic hexes or anything that's designed to try to hurt you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Let's get it. Yeah, see this little black cat right here? Shadow. You've done the shadow work. You were determined to do the shadow work, especially when people saw you as the darker entity starting off in your family. This is generational. It's almost like somebody came from a family, looking at your cards here, Gemini, of a family of, for every light in the family, somebody had to oppose it with a dark entity. So that would be like, let's say, for instance, you're, and I'm not talking about complexion, just so we're crystal clear. I mean, it could have been colorism, but, which is in every community, but source is saying this is more or less like, why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you be more like your cousin? How come you don't do things like this? It's almost like not measuring up, right? Where somebody could have felt judged or felt like you were judging other people, right? So sources say you're rising above it, breaking that generational cycle, chain, and curse. And you were determined to do it. You were determined to do it to help empower people, right? Their inner power. and you are very capable at what you do, and you're safe and you're protected. So people don't feel like they're less than, Gemini. And you have a lot of ideas to empower people, right? But you also know who is behind trying to make you feel like you're less than. You know what spirit is behind that, right? Yeah. So you recognize that spirit in all forms, no matter what physical body it comes in, that because they haven't done their shadow work, and they automatically go right into competing and comparing. You'll recognize it if you're a parent and your kids' significant other. You'll recognize it in your, your people that you work with. You'll recognize it in elders. You'll recognize that spirit. Just every time you want to compliment someone, they'll go right into, did you know, in something, making some kind of a comparison to always put themselves above. So you'll recognize the spirit in any form, so you're not blindsided by it. It's just like, it's just disappointing. It's like, oh wow, anybody could be used. Anybody could be used as that. So here we have the Sun card. Yeah. So somebody's child may have been in a relationship with someone who has that same spirit. They don't want to do the shadow work, so they make it their business to become familiar with everybody's business. And something may have blindsided you by a loved one of what was being said to them in their ear, like, wow, okay, you don't have that kind of spirit. So yeah, so they would be a part of the karmic community. So you're getting as far away from them as humanly possible. They're a part of the hater raid community, right? So yeah, because that's a choice. That's a choice. And they did something for money. So definitely something you're not going back to. Like, so you empower people to rise above judgment. So somebody basically made them feel less than. Remember, we are money, but something felt blindsiding for you because somebody that you love, money was dangled in their face and they took the opportunity. So sources say they became a part of that. You're not going back to. They're a part of a karmic community, right? And you're grateful that you're not judging them, but they're obsessed with money. They're obsessed with it, right? So yeah, here we have the Two of Wands here, and so your window of opportunity just got bigger because you got off the bus. It's right here. And so I see something, you have some kind of a something global that you're doing. So sources, you have a lot of ideas, and sources saying that you are responsible for enlightening people. And so a lot of opportunities are coming across your path. But you broke that generational cycle chain and curse of, why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you be more like your sister? This one over here is better than this one. It's all like in families, somebody always got to make somebody feel like they're the darker a darker entity. But that's them projecting their karma onto other people, thus throwing people into a karmic cycle. So yeah, and they're ruthless about it. So sources saying, no, you're free. You're free. Detach, not giving any more air to that foolishness. Yeah, you did not sign up. You didn't come into this world to be a part of the circus. You walk upright. You're not walking on all fours with a long tail and floppy ears with flies flying around. So that's what sources say, you don't want to be a part of the chaos and confusion. So emotionally, you feel like you're jumping out of the treasure chest because emotionally you feel like you hit the jackpot. You figured out what your assignment was, right? So you're taking your power back from the devil of that unhealthy competing comparison, and people holding on to rage and anger and not knowing how to control their power. So somebody was able to, a loved one of yours made a deal with the devil. And the reason why I was you were blindsided, is because of somebody very close to you, right? And so they were brought into something because they felt bullied, and they felt like, okay, they want to be a part of something. It's like a person being a part of a gang because they feel like, okay, they don't know the power of prayer. They don't understand the power of just being able to pick up on when they're in situations where sources saying, I'm alerting you, this is not the direction you want to go in. So they joined a team. that told them that they would protect them. But they can't get out of the team as easily as they think they can. If they tried to get out of it, they couldn't. Because they accepted money already. 3, 4. There's a Capricorn. Here we have High Priestess. So you're in light High Priestess mode. You've already gone through dark night of the soul and you stepped into the light. So you're free from anybody's ruthlessness. It's like, it literally like somebody chose to be a part of the game, you know, to protect themselves. They fell for some kind of bait. They fell for some kind of bait. And switch. So it literally is till death do us part, for real. They fell for some kind of bait. So they can't leave like they think they can, signing this contractual agreement with the devil. And the devil always comes back to collect. This is an energy, the energy I'm picking up for you all, Gemini, is somebody has a Joseph spirit, like being sold into slavery. And I'm seeing your High Priestess gifts here. You can interpret dreams. That's the energy I'm picking up for you all. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Don't create something there if it's not. I'm just reading the cards. Like I said, you're safe and protected. Yeah, you and somebody are light High Priestess. What's hidden behind the Devil card is a Dark Emperor, right? You and somebody encountered a Dark Emperor energy that basically like is their way or the highway, right? But one of you all chose light, the other one chose darkness. And because the devil is so crafty, it gives the appearance that, it gives the impression, excuse me, that you are the one that chose darkness when really you chose light and the other chose darkness. So their life may look significantly different from yours because they chose to be a part of something that you chose not to be a part of. Y'all are not on the same team. You're on a team of light workers, right? So you're not going back to chaos and confusion. These energies, because they wanted to, they wanted a part of like fast money. They wanted a part of the fast life, right? And that's what the enemy, the devil, promised them. Hey, you can have a fast life doing X, Y, and Z. It will protect you, but it's human protection. When you're protected, they're protected by Source because Source created the devil. But you know what I'm saying? It's you and somebody are a part of the light workers. You know, where you're shining a light on, and so these energies will eventually come back to you all. These are family members. They eventually will come back to you, and just go, gosh, they couldn't see it because the enemy promises, it's like basically like fueling their demons, but you're not a part of that team. So you and somebody are not a part of that team. Yeah, so I see your abundance and your prosperity growing. You and an Empress are not a part of that team. I see your abundance and your prosperity growing because you all are not a part of that. Here's a Tower. So you're having an awakening. You're having an awakening. You're divinely protected. And these entities try to bring you and somebody down by involving you all into something, but then turn around and saying that, oh, you can never come back. It's not what coming back. You don't want to come back. So the Venus retrograde for you is revisiting past relationships. You may reconnect with ex or old friends, or you might reflect on past love experience, realizing patterns you need to break. Also, for Venus retrograde, communication issues in love, and since Gemini is ruled by Mercury, communication is crucial. So Venus retrograde may cause misunderstandings, so be mindful of how you express your feelings. Like I said, you could feel like you were blindsided by some energies who are trying to, they may be upset, not knowing, in terms of love and communication and relationships. They may not be able to know how to communicate, how they feel, Financial reassessment is another one. So money matters may require a second look, so avoid major purchases. And that's for everybody, avoiding major purchases. It's a good time for inner growth rather than seeking validation. So you're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're not trying to impress anybody. And then also creativity for you all. Because again, Venus connects us with aesthetics. So your personal aesthetics might shift. You may want a makeover, but it's best to wait until Venus goes direct before making drastic changes. So you want to avoid any impulsive decisions in love and money. You want to be patient with miscommunication in relationships. You may also want to reflect on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. And if an ex returns, assess if it's nostalgia or real unfinished business. And then you want to just kind of sort of postpone some things for you all. All right, let's see what else we got before we close this out. I see your money growing. Some energies absolutely want you on their team. They absolutely want your light working abilities and skills on your team. So that's energies trying to resurface and wondering why. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, we can make fast money. We can do such and such and such and such. But for you, because you are a light worker, you and somebody are a light worker, you are like, no, you're good. So, yeah, something may seem like it's going to grow you some money real fast, but the devil is the author of confusion. So you never are going to get the full story. You're never going to get the full. So I do feel like what I was picking up here is like somebody does have a Joseph spirits where your brothers, in this case, family, sold you into some kind of slavery, like this a belief system of this competition. Like they sold you into that kind of slavery of a belief system that fast money, is just going to be the best way to get something. And so it's like, but then they turn back around later on, didn't recognize you because you're in your North Node. You and somebody are in North Node. You're in your life's purpose. You're in your calling for your life, and those energies will come back later and say, oh wow, they didn't recognize you. You interpret dreams, you do this and you do that. So they were the one that's actually sold into slavery, right? So you got some good news coming across your path. That is part of the good news of your psychic abilities. You pick up on when people are in danger. You pick up when people are in survival mode. That's part of your gifts. And you have enough physical evidence of this from your childhood up to where you are right now. You know when people are in danger. You know when they're scared, when they're not telling you the truth about something. You just know. And you have a physical, they're around dark wolf energy. So you just know. So, but it also speaks to your prayer warrior gifts too. So you keep them in constant prayer, even if they have prayed on you and someone else that you love. So the energy that's under judgment is the devil. That's the energy that's under judgment, because the enemy, try to come up against you and your family. That's the energy that's under judgment. That's why you're praying for the people who are hosting these demons, because they're thinking, okay, I'm not making money fast enough. Okay, I got to align myself with this and that. So I do see somebody getting promoted at work here. That's where your increase is coming. But again, even on your team as a leader, not only do you have the title, I see you having authority, right, to make some decisions. That's where your promotion is coming from, because people are taking notice. People are taking notice. They're becoming familiar with how much knowledge you have in your spirit. They're becoming familiar with that. That's how you're being promoted. in your spiritual ranking. Talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign, so wherever it is in your birth chart. So you're incredibly smart. Obviously, you know that. I don't have to tell you that. You already know, right? And you have this playful spirit. You have a playful spirit. A very playful spirit. So find out where Gemini is in your birth chart, but you're definitely not boo-boo the fool about anything, including your dog. You're not a fool about what happened with your dog. All right. So someone's dog is on the other side. Still, you know, you're just remembering how loyal your dog was or is for some of you all. And the loyalty is still there. So bring love into the situation. Bring love into the situation. Somebody from your past wants to resurface. Somebody from your past wants to resurface. But look to the stars. Yeah, look to the stars. Get grounded. Like I said, you see these moon phases right here. I do have some information on the shorts about moon phases and some of the rituals you all can do during the moon phases. But yeah, but definitely amongst light high priestess, right? Definitely amongst light high priestess. So let's see what else we got. Let's close it out. Okay. Yeah, somebody you used to work with. Somebody you used to work with, like in your physical job, used to work with. Company that you used to work with is trying hard to reach out to you because they are so impressed with your spirit and they really want to, and they played a role in selling you out. Like somebody that you considered is like, you know, like I said, Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery, right? So you may have been in mental slavery, like confused. It's like, what? But when you go back into hermit mode and you start going back, now that you've left behind a lot of you and somebody, you've left behind a lot of distractions, possibly you and your child, somebody left behind a lot of distractions. And I'm talking to men and women, Geminis. Now you all are going to see how this energy sold you and somebody into spiritual slavery to try to make you all sign a deal with the devil, except you all actually came out light workers in the light, shining a light on the darkness. So yeah, you're bringing love into the situation. In other words, they're going to come back to you. They're going to come back to you, however they come back to you. They may come back and apologize, who knows, but the door is open. The door is open. Pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness and watch the magic happens. Heart path. It's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong, right? So what the enemy meant for evil, Source turning around for your good. The enemy meant to take you down this dark path of signing a deal with the devil, but what you found out is that you actually serve Source. You actually serve Source. So you're really a cheerful giver. You're passionate about being in your North Node. And this energy was like, dang it. And we have embodiment. So now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right to you, embody your leadership power, and create your world out of your deepest desires. But yeah, somebody actually came to a table and decided, hey, with a council of energies to try to sell you and somebody else out. And that's what was done behind your back without your knowledge. But that's one of many things these energies did. But no debate. You don't need to do anything to be more worthy. You are valuable regardless of your circumstances. You always have been and always will be. It's not up for debate. Not up for debate. You will get there. You can't force flowers to grow or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way and time. Own way and time. And let's get ready to close this out. So yeah, I am safe and protected because you are. Your spirit is definitely felt far and wide. Your energy, what you're doing as a prayer warrior, is felt far and wide. So the energies who were trying to end you and someone else, it's all out in the open now. It's exposed. Your high priestess gifts is exposed. So we have let go of your worries. Fear and doubt limit freedom and of action. Yeah, you're not afraid of anything. You got new opportunities coming in. You don't have time to be afraid, child. Who's making room for that? Here we have you're moving on up to the east side. So anyway, here we have the guardian angel. Trust your guardian angel. So express your creative self, and then authority. So be self-confident. So definitely you're getting new opportunities coming across your path. A lot of people really, really respect you. They want to connect with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So again, it just pushed you into light work. That's it. It just pushed you into light work, which was your true life calling. You and someone else, it just pushed you into light work. Like I said, it's no competition whatsoever. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah. But somebody is definitely going to try to come back into your space and just like, oh, I'm so proud of you. I always knew that such and such and such and such. And source is saying to you, but they also try to sell you into slavery. Connect with fire. You can toss something into a burning bowl. You connect something, toss something into a burning bowl. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Again, this is Venus retrograde. I'll create a playlist for Venus retrograde so that you can tap into the Venus retrograde. But it's more about, it's not just about attracting new love into your life. It's about self-love, and it's about creating an aesthetically pleasing life. So it's just trying to move you to a softer life and knowing how to use your prayer warrior gifts, right? So when people are bound or in contract with the devil, Source is trying to get you to pray for them, but not pray on them by judging them. Like, oh, you told we gotta, becoming familiar, nosy. In other words, with everything to a point where you got to decide if you're gonna pray for somebody or not. Like, really? Anyway, that's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.